Hello and welcome to Titanium Talar's Tarot, and today I will be doing a video on how to strengthen your intuition, okay? Now these videos, any video I do, is for anybody who watches this at any time and who has an interest for these types of things. If you are not interested, then I don't think this is for you. But if you are, then this is absolutely for you. Now, the way I work, okay, for these types of lessons is that whatever comes to mind during the week, I write it down and then I talk about it in videos. If you want me to talk of a certain subject, please let me know, okay? Because I will work on that as well. Now, this week, okay, and I want to say that if this doesn't resonate with you, just let it be. It's completely fine. Just take it as advisement. Okay, it doesn't mean that what I'm saying is pure gold. It's not. I am human after all. I might be human that has a connection, a different type of connection to the ethers, but that doesn't make me any different than you. I still have an ego. I still have all those things that everybody talks about and that everybody has. So no worries, okay? If I say something out of line, just that's fine. Don't listen. Now, what I wanted to touch on this week, okay, is more importantly, is when your intuition tells you something, listen, or when your intuition talks, okay, listen. And I have not waited long enough or asked the right questions to get a specific answer from my intuition or my angels and guides, what have you. And on those occasions, it burst in my face. It was a big ass slap. I mean, you gotta live with it, right? And I have a couple of examples, so I'm gonna give you guys two. Now, two or more. My first example is in the case when I took on a lawyer like a lawyer cabinet. Well, in French we say cabinet, so it's like where lawyers work, you know. I don't know the specific terms in English, so bear with me. So we went to a cabinet. Yes, we opened the cabinet and we pulled out a lawyer. No, I went to, I actually asked, I was a part of an association, and I asked them if they can refer me to a lawyer who could help me with my case. And so they did, and I decided to go with the first one that they suggested because to meet them was free, which was a big thing. I didn't have that much, so it was surprising. And so I called them and they gave me a meeting right away, which is great. And so I met with a lady and we talked, and I asked my intuition, is this a good fit? My intuition did not come up with an answer. So I'm like, you know what? I want to have this done quick. I want to have this done ASAP. I want to have my case heard as soon as possible. So I said yes. And right after that, I met with my lawyer. He came in the room and we met. He was kind of cute, but I mean, it's not necessarily what you want to look for in a lawyer, but it was okay. I'm like, okay, so I guess he's good at what he does. I'm certain of it. And so we'll see. Now, a month later, or was it a while more, I'm not certain about the time, but we went back and we met with my lawyer specifically. And when I saw this man walking towards me, I was floored. I mean, gorgeous, tall, bearded. Oh, I love a beard, okay? Don't get me wrong, but I love a beard. And dark hair. Oh my gosh, this guy was beautiful. It was like I was looking at a Greek god walking towards me. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, look, like, imagine if you were my lawyer, and right at that second, he called my name. I was like, oh my God. And in my head, I was running around like a chicken without head. Because I was like, oh my God, my lawyer's so hot. But then, and the first meeting was good. Yes. But when came time for my actual court case, I got an extension of a year, which was good. It wasn't a full-on, I won. No, I got an extension, which was good. I mean, it could have been better. I could have gotten a better deal, but it was good enough. You know, it made me still have to work. I mean, it didn't leave, it actually gave me a little bit of resistance in life, which means I had to work to make my living, which is good, because if you have too much ease, then you lose part of yourself, you know. So it was actually good that I did that. Now, so that was the first one. The second one is when came time for the actual court case. All right, I was in the courtroom with the lawyer who was representing me for the final court case, and the meeting that we had in the courtroom, and the judge asked me something, and I looked at my lawyer, and she said that's what she did, and so I answered. I mean, I could have asked for a better question, but I did not, and it kind of, I got, you know, 1 year extension on what had to happen. Now, in hindsight, it was better for me, but at the moment, I'm like, did I ask the right question? I should have asked a more direct question. I should have asked to meet my lawyer outside. In any case, well, that's over and done with, but not too long ago, okay, I actually acted upon an insight that I got. So I was talking to a fellow Canadian, and I was talking to someone, all right, and well, she said some things to me, and I was like, okay, well, this is the first time I'm hearing these types of things and seeing them sort of, I'm not inexperienced, but I have a lot to learn still in regards to people channeling stuff. So I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes. And I made a error, and I think someone got mad at me, and I mean, it's completely fine. But I mean, I could have asked a more precise question to my intuition, and I would have gotten a more precise answer, but I did not ask a precise question, so I got a general answer. So that's the stuff that happens, right? That's how we learn, that's how we grow. That is how we should see things, because or else we might get mad at ourselves for making this the most simplest mistake. It happens. Now, there is another part, is that we generally tend to, now I know I am more prone to listen to my intuition, while as my father is more prone to listen to his intellect. And I think that we need all parts of us, okay? So you need your intellect, you also need your intuition, but you also need your experience, your life experience. You should base yourself off of your life experience. What have you learned? What comes to mind? Now, The reason why I bring that up is because while I was talking to this person, something told me, is this okay? Am I did is it 100% correct what I'm hearing? Is it 100% correct for me to do what she's suggesting I do? Should I not question this more deeply? Because I mean, it is the first time I'm dealing with this type of person and with this type of request. And I learned that yes, you should use your intellect more and your experience more when your intuition tells you something feels fishy. You should listen to it. Yes, you should. I think I really made someone mad because I didn't listen to my intuition, but it's a lesson that was learned. Yes. Well, I guess the farther the rabbit hole you go, the more you learn. So now I'm farther in the rabbit hole and I'm learning more, which is the only thing that we can do. Looking at the bright side, looking at the silver lining, which is important. Now, one other thing that I want to mention, okay, is that it is very important to put more importance on what you pay attention to, what catches your eye, what your intuition tells you to look at. Okay, so I mean, I have a colleague and friend who is more about listening to your inner voice and listening to what your body responds and whatnot, which is important, yes. And another one part of it is what you notice. Like if you notice a certain set of numbers during your day, that is significant for you. If you notice a certain lyric or a certain song pops into your mind, if something of that sort comes to your attention, you should look into it. Okay? But now if someone else tells you something, I don't think you should look into that because that's for them. Like on a couple of occasions, I have looked at the clock in the car and I have seen a set of numbers like 111 or 222 or those angel numbers, and I would like declare it to everybody in the car. Now most people don't really look at it like, oh, okay, that's cool. And the reason for that is that you were the only one who's supposed to see it. If you saw it, that means your angels and guides wanted you to see it. And that is why you should look into it more. You don't necessarily have to tell everyone else about it. You should look into it because you saw it. If you see a rabbit, I don't know, like I live in a wooded area, so I have tons of animals around. And so when I see a rabbit, when I see a fox, when I see a certain bird, I'll check it, and things of the sort. So it really is important to make sure to be 100% certain that what you noticed was what you noticed, not what someone else noticed. Like, for example, okay, if someone else said, hey, and then you looked that way, then you saw it, but they didn't actually say that that's what they saw, then that's good, okay? But if they said, oh, look, look, a beaver, then you look at the beaver. Now it's less something that your intuition told you to do. For example, there are a lot of herons. I don't know if that's, the tall birds, heron, yes, around this wooded area. Well, actually, mainly because there's a lake. It's in a lake. This wooded area is in a lake, or near a lake. And so there are tons of herons, right? Especially in the summertime. spring, summer, autumn. So you look around, you see it. Now, when your intuition suggests something, it is interesting. It would be interesting for you to actually listen to it because it was your intuition. It was your angels and guides. Now, I remember one time, like this year, like last year, my intuition was telling me, go outside. So I went outside. And I walked towards the lake. And as I was walking towards the lake, what did I see but a teen fox walking around, and he was like surprised I was there, and he's like, what you doing here? And so for a little bit, as I was walking me and the fox, as we were walking towards the lake, he was like glancing back at me, being like, what the hell is she doing here? And I was glancing back at him like, oh my god, you're so adorable. I didn't get close to it. You don't want to get close to it. They are wild animals who are supposed to live in the wild. They should be able to take care of themselves. But, because that's what they're made for. That's how they were built. Okay? But I can, from afar, oh my god, you're so adorable. You know, and be like a total fangirl and be like, oh my god. That was me. I mean, I'm sure the fox was like, what the hell is wrong with her? Sometimes, okay, I see rabbits, I see, oh my, what did I see? I saw, once, I think I saw an eagle. I also saw, like, there are a lot of woodpeckers around. I saw an eagle, I saw herons, I saw ravens, there's crows around, things of that sort. So when you notice something and it jumps out at you and you're like, whoa, now you don't see that every day, even though you see one every day, and you're like, whoa, why is that more important to me today? Then you should check that out, because that is a sign that your angels and guides are talking to you. Generally, when your angels and guides are talking to you, it's because they want you to know a specific detail. I'm just saying. It was also at some other point during the summer, I noticed a set of numbers, and I was having a little difficult time because I had this job, and I was locked out of my job, and I didn't really understand why and whatnot. But then the number let me know that I was going through a hard moment, which was exactly what I was going through. But the change that was happening was better for me. As a soul, as a person, as a soul, it was better for me, because it would ultimately lead me to what I needed, what I should be doing, right? And that is exactly what I'm doing now. And it actually gave me more free time to dedicate to what I'm doing. So when you notice things, okay, when you notice certain, what's the word? Synchronicity. When you notice certain images, when you notice certain texts, when you notice certain things in other people's way of interacting with you, and so on and so forth, that is a sign your angels and guides are giving you. See, your angels and guides are always talking to you. It is only a question of, are you listening? Are you aware of what they are letting you know? Because just like in dreams that you get subliminal messages, angels and guides also communicate that way. You have to look into something for you to understand what it actually means, and so on and so forth. So, my gorgeous collective, this is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my prize. Now, with that being said, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. Okay? And with that being said, I would like to remind you that we all have an intuition, and it's key that we learn how to use it so that we know what is for us and what isn't. Also, please, like I said, please have a good week, okay? Concentrate on the positive stuff rather than the one negative thing that happened. Okay? And with that being said, my gorgeous collective, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye!